So, as I said in part 1 of the tutorial, I would show you a real mob system in action. So this is my already developed single player world. I've already been playing on it for a few months, that's why all this stuff is already done. So yeah. So this is what a real working in action mob system looks like. You see all the sideways channels? I'll show you how those join later. But I think it's day right now, and you can see just how many mobs are being elevated from this one dark space. But please keep in mind, I have spent countless hours lighting up nearby caves to increase the efficiency. And I made it quite easy to see what happens to these mobs, so hopefully you'll be able to tell. So they get elevated by the solid source block sign type thing, till there, which these water streams push them along. And did you see just that creeper rise out of that hole? There's a hole there, that in the water, that connects to another mob system. You probably won't need to do that. I just incorporated it because it looks cool. Because I like to just watch the mobs get pwned by my mob system. Because then they end up here and they become XP and loot. It's an okay XP system, just very slow, so I'd recommend using an Enderman grinder, and I will show that in a future tutorial episode. Lots of loot, lots of sulfur, you can make TNT cannons and all that kind of stuff with one of these mob systems, and plus it's a lot of fun to make. You can watch the mobs go through. Yeah, so right now I have 3 different spawning pads. This one is the smallest one, because I really wanted to get kind of a continual stream of mobs falling. I know it's not that good. Probably still some dark caves around this places that I haven't really lit up yet. Because there's an abandoned mine shaft over there. And as you know, abandoned mine shafts really affect the mob spawning, because there are just so many tunnels that intertwine with abandoned mine shafts. So yeah. So you can see that's down there, down here, my biggest mob spawn room. It's not working at 100% efficiency because there's an entity limit in Minecraft, which means that you can only have so many mobs spawned in a certain area before they stop spawning. And cows and pigs count. And I have an epic cow and pig farm with a shitload of chicken as well. So that cuts my limit down to about 50, which is why I don't get that many mobs in this trap. But if you do not have a cow farm and you rely on wheat or something, then this will be a very good mob trap. And you'll get tons of XP and loot. All that. Look at all these creepers. Lots of sulfur for me. So, yeah. So you've seen how efficient a big mob trap can be. So now I'll go back into my creative world and show you just how to make one of these epic mob traps. So let's go to single player. This is my creative world. And yep, I was flying around. I found an epic diamond ravine over there. 8 diamonds in it. Pretty cool. The annoying thing is I always find a ton of diamond in creative and very little in single player, despite the fact that on my developed world I have hundreds and hundreds of hundreds and hundreds of those diamonds. Yeah, I have 200 maybe diamonds, so it's pretty crazy. Yeah, so now I'm in creative. I'm going to show you how to make one of those intersections of water. I already showed you in the last tutorial how to build the main path that I said should be 80 blocks long. You can make it also as wide as you want. Don't make it over 120 blocks wide, because then it'll be pointless pretty much, because the 2 ends of it are in the mob instant despawn area. So what you want to do to make those horizontal paths is every 3rd block, you're gonna have a really long one of these channels, really long. It should be 80 blocks long. It doesn't have to be 80 blocks, but around. like for it to get an efficient mob system. So now what you want to do is you want to go every 1, 2, 3 blocks wide, and then have another channel, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll see why very soon. So you want to pour a water here at the very end. Like, it could be as far back as you want that to be. It doesn't have to be as long as I make it, just as long as you want. Then you're going to count 1. Oh yes, here's another thing I should mention. Normally you use a pressure plate here, like at the end of a water stream, but that causes lag and inefficiency of your mob system. So instead of a pressure plate, what I do is I find the very middle of this stream, so that's about here. You can't always find the exact middle. So then, at the middle, you're going to count 1, 2, I'm breaking blocks, didn't want to do that, too fast. Okay. I know I'm using soul sand, kind of stupid, but it was the convenient block. Too slow, actually, I'll do wood. Okay, so you're going to count 1, 2, 3, then you're going to dig 1, 2, 3. You're going to take your half slab, and you're going to go like this, same as like the last time. So now, as you can see, oh, I failed. Sorry. How do I get an empty bucket? Oh, screw it, I'll put a block in it. So I misaligned it by 1 because this isn't in the middle because this water stream goes farther. But normally you try and put it in the middle of this water stream. And yeah, so that's how you make a connection. I'll just do it correctly just so you guys don't get confused. Like, what you want to do to prevent the water streams from going like backflowing it is where the water streams meet, like the height of the water has to be equal. So keep that in mind when you're building your mob system, because it's quite helpful. Like, yeah, so see, now this is what I wanted. But the cool thing about this also is you know how this goes on and on? There's one point, like let's just say if this was that long 80 block long one, then this would be a very good place to make a water channel, because let's just say this was like 8 blocks long. Let me just put this together. Like, I'm not quite sure, I think that's 8 blocks, so that the water stream flows just to the edge. It makes it very convenient for another water stream, and that ends up as 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Like thick spawn pads, like these would be the spawn pads. So yeah, that's what you should keep in mind while making this. And that's pretty much it of how to make a really awesome mob system if you combine this with the last episode. So now I'll just, because I still have some time left and I don't want to be cheap on my video length, I will just show you this to try and make it more clear, because I don't think I'm doing a very good explanation on my developed world. Like, I don't want to go into peaceful, but you can see how it goes. Actually, I will go into peaceful. Peaceful, just to show you guys. So I know there's void fog here, but as you can see, well, maybe not. It's hard to see on YouTube. It changes the lighting. I'll put some torches down. It's 3 here, then it's 4 thick there. See this? How this is 3 and this is 4. Now let's go look at the merging point. See how wide I made mine? It's probably 50 blocks wide, but it's unnecessary if you don't have a good pick to make it so wide if you've lit up as many caves as you can find in the nearby area. And as I mean by nearby area, it's 80 by 80 around the edge of your mob system. You don't have to count it exactly, but just approximate. So now you can see just how my stream merging works. So let's just say a creeper spawns here, and he decides to walk in. He will fall down here, and then he'll get pushed to here, where he'll slowly get pushed all the way to the mob elevator, where he'll get mob elevated. So that's pretty much how this whole thing works. Like, you saw it working. I will make it work again by turning it back to easy just after I remove these torches and get out of here. Because I don't want to die with all my diamond diner. Like, I know Diamond Armor on Easy are basically invincible, but Creepers do the same damage on every difficulty. They all do 24.5 hearts, except the only difference is Creepers on Easy will cancel their explosion very easily. So even if you're really close to them, they will cancel your explosion. As in Hard, they won't really cancel their explosion until you're very far away. So that's the difference between Easy and Hard with Creepers. So, yeah. I hope you've learned something so far. And my episode will be coming to a close very soon. I have a few minutes left, so now we can just watch the system work, and it's pretty cool, I think. So, will any mobs spawn? Could be night. If it's night, it's very inefficient, because I haven't gotten surface lighting done very well. We'll go watch from... Oh yes, I still have to, I have 3 spawning pads I said earlier. Here's one. The other one was down there. There's not very many mobs spawning. But the other one is way over there, with its very own mob elevator that goes into the solid rock, goes over there, and then it goes up and merges straight into the other one where you saw that creeper rise up into it earlier. Oh, you can see a creeper spawn and some mobs lining up there. Let's go check that out. See, a bunch of mobs spawned in here and have gotten pushed here. And those zombies aren't cooperating. They're facing the wrong way. That's annoying. See, that zombie got pushed in and he's getting mob elevated. And you'll soon see that zombie arrive in our killing station. Like, some zombies drowned in the 2 high water stream places near the... If you watched the last episode, you will see that at the very end, just before the dropper, at the top, you have to put the water stream elevated, and some zombies just stay there and get drowned. It's kind of stupid, but yeah, zombies are the worst swimmers, from what I've observed. Like, they go up the mob elevator slower than other mobs, just slightly though. I'm not sure if that's true or if it's just the coincidence and the direction they're facing. So, another thing you might want to see is just the rest of this world, because, like, I'm doing a new LP. And if you want to see this world and me do LPs with it and explain all my mob systems more and all that, I'm fine to do it, because I have a slime farm in here. I have this automatic wheat farm. It's water, it has an inverter, so I can use piston water. My enchanting room, pretty basic. Up there is the storage room, tree farm. I only have 2 minutes left, so I have to make good work. Chicken farm. No eggs in the chicken farm. Don't know why. Normally there's almost 4 stacks. Wheat dispensers, just for like quick and easy breeding. Cow farm. Pig farm. Slime farm. Slime farm's not working very well right now because I haven't had an on-off system for my mob system. And mobs overpower slime spawning. So that's why I'm not spawning any slimes. So, if you want to see another LP episode, one's probably coming out later today. So, yeah. So please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you next time.